How much money do you need to move abroad? I'm going to give you the top 4 considerations and why these are the most important. Make sure you go ahead and save this video so you can come back to it whenever you get ready to uproot your life from the US. The first thing you're going to think about is going to be your moving expenses. So even if you were moving out of state to a different city, there are certain expenses you would be considering, such as boxes and movers and possibly a storage unit. So think about what that situation is going to look like for you, because that's going to be the basic. Next up is going to be what it's going to cost you to actually get to your destination. Y'all, moving abroad does not have to be crazy expensive or crazy hard. It was neither of those things for me whenever me and my husband left back in February of this year. So do not make it more complicated than it is. However, do keep in mind that if you are moving somewhere really far away, like Australia, New Zealand, maybe Asia, Africa, the flight price might be more expensive than someone who's moving somewhere like Mexico. And especially if you're moving with multiple people. So the flight price of how much it's going to take you to get from A to B is another consideration. Now, once you get to your destination, where are you going to live? And how are you planning on living when you get there? Are you doing something long-term where you're signing a year-long lease, 2-year lease, 6-month lease? Because if so, you may need to put down a deposit. So that is more than likely going to be your either most expensive or your second most expensive thing if you have a deposit. So that's something else to consider. And last but not least is going to be your cost of living. How much is it going to cost you on average, right, on a monthly basis to live wherever you are going? Are you going somewhere like Southeast Asia, which is going to be essentially the cheapest place to live, essentially anywhere in the world, especially places like Vietnam, Indonesia, Thailand, places like that? Or are you going somewhere like Latin America? Are you going somewhere in Europe? These are things to keep in mind. So you want to think about what your monthly cost is going to be for your rent, but you also want to consider things like food. Is there public transportation, or will you be taking a lot of taxis? How much is your average grocery bill going to be? What about your utility bill? Cost of living is going to be the 4th thing that you want to take into consideration. Everybody's budget is going to look different. Everybody's move abroad needs are going to look different, but those are 4 things for you to consider. And if you want to move abroad in 2025 and you need some help getting started, you are like, I want to do this, but it feels big and I don't know what to do, head to the top of my profile and tap into my 12 days of Tripsmas bundle, because y'all, literally 12 days live, all things moving abroad, 0 gatekeeping. We are going in. And just in case you miss any of the lives, don't worry about it, because in the bundle, you're going to get access to all 12 replays. You can grab it at the top of my profile.